Today I'm going to show you something called an emergency standby recipe. Now here's the scenario. You've got friends who've just unexpectedly turned up and they want something hot to eat, but you weren't actually intending to have people round. What are you going to do? The other scenario is you've got friends coming around for a dinner party, they're due around in about half an hour and suddenly something catastrophic happens in the kitchen and one of your dishes is ruined. With only a handful of ingredients, I'm going to show you how to make a fantastic replacement emergency dish that is so tasty people won't believe that it was made out of such simple ingredients. It's easy mini pizzas today on the One Pot Chef. On the chopping block today we have one sheet of ready rolled frozen puff pastry. Now if you don't have puff pastry, if you've got short crust pastry in the fridge or the freezer, feel free to use that, it works just as well. I like the puff pastry because it makes that lovely golden flaky bits on the edges. Now all we need to do is put it onto the counter and allow it to defrost for a couple of minutes, so it's nice and soft now. All we need to do is, using a sharp knife, we're going to divide it into quarters, so we'll make 4 mini pizzas out of this. Now of course if you are wanting to make this into little bite-sized pieces, like if you're doing a platter for a party, you're more than welcome to make them into smaller pieces. You can divide it into another 4 pieces each, and so you'll get 16 mini pizzas out of it, little bite-sized ones. So there we go, we've divided that into 4 pieces. Now we're just going to transfer them to a tray. Now we've got these individual pieces on the tray, we're going to add our pizza sauce. Now I'm just using some pre-made pizza sauce in a squeezy bottle, but if you don't have pre-made sauce, you can use a jar of spaghetti sauce, you can use tomato ketchup, tomato paste, even barbecue sauce goes well with this. So just a little squirt on each, and just with the back of a spoon, spread it out, leaving about a 1 centimetre or ½ gap around all the edges. Everybody's favourite bit, the toppings that go on the pizza. Now of course, what toppings you choose to put on is entirely up to what you have in the fridge and what your personal tastes are. Today I am adding some shredded ham, which I just happen to have in the fridge. And so basically just put a small amount on, don't try to overload it, because these are small, and especially if you're doing the smaller sized pizzas, like if you're doing little snack size ones, because otherwise they'll be very difficult to eat if they're really sort of big and overloaded. I'm also going to add some pepperoni, which I just happen to have sliced in the fridge too. So 2 pieces on each sounds good. And of course some lovely grated tasty cheese. Now again, don't go too crazy with how much cheese you put onto it. You really only want a small amount on these. Just enough to coat the top. You don't need to go crazy. Now, of course you can choose whatever cheese you like. You could put a couple of different cheeses on there. You could put all sorts of combinations. I mean, if you're doing a vegetarian option, you could do onions, you could do spinach, you could put a little bit of feta cheese on there so you've got a bit of calcium in it. The options are pretty much limitless. So there we go. Just a little bit of cheese on each, and they just have to go into the oven, 200 degrees Celsius, for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the cheese is melted and the pastry is puffed up. And then we will have our delicious mini pizzas. And here they are, our fresh mini pizzas straight out of the oven. These are absolutely incredible. The smell of that tomato sauce, the pepperoni, the cheese, oh, absolutely fantastic. And can you believe how simple these are to make with such basic ingredients? So you have to try this. Try it with your favourite toppings. You will absolutely love it, I guarantee it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later.